Hi there everybody, it's Juliet here doing my tips at 2. I haven't done one for a long time, so I thought it was time I came along. This is going to be a bit different today. My plan is to do an actual dragon, and I've got a model which I don't always have for my tips at 2. Yeah, so today tips at 2 from, well, I'm Juliet Eve in case some of you don't know, and I run the Facade Academy. And within that we have the fan club, which is a members club. So I teach every week and so on. So today, I'm going to paint a dragon, and it's one I've never done before. I've practiced it a few on boards, but I haven't done it on a person. So this is going to be exciting, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, let me show you the picture of my dragon. Sorry. So this is the kind of thing we're looking at. I did it on as a sketch first of all, because as you probably know, anyone who works with me a lot, is I always tell you to try some sketching first, so you can see the sketch at the top of that page, and then I painted one on paper, and yeah, and then I did one on a board. So now let's try it on a face. Right, let's get going. So I've actually done it with a lot of one stroke, which is, you know, not something I do all the time, but this is mainly one stroke. So I'm going to do, I've got a Inferno, which is a DFX, which is the black to yellow range, black, red, orange, yellow. I've also got a slightly more colourful one here. It's got some purples, so I thought a bit of colour would be fun, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so I'm just going to play a little bit safe and put a wee bit of base. I think we'll have a bit of gold, mainly for the centre and over the eyes for now. We'll see how we get on. So I'm going to put a bit up there. Anyway, gold looks so lovely on Renee. It's my favourite. So some gold. I think I'm going to put it over her eyes as well. See what happens. As I say, it's a bit of an experiment, just the way I usually do it. And if someone asks me for a dragon, I'm going to have a go at this next time. Open your eye here. So now I'm going to do some one stroke under her eyes in a kind of, to make the eyes look big and droopy. That's the idea. So let's see what we can do. So I'm just going to literally do a kind of pivot. So look right up to the ceiling if you can. So I'm going to put the heel halfway under the eye as close as I can, and pivot from the heel, so it's literally twist it round. Can you see? Look up, let's get a bit more yellow in there. I think it needs that yellow. Yeah. And then we'll do it here. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. Now, you know, you wouldn't be able to do that on a young child. I wouldn't even try. But it's quite fun. Okay, now I think I'll take the same colour and go over the top of the eye. See if I can get it from, let's see if we can do it. I think I might make a shape and then take it from there. So up there, and bring that back down to that corner. There we go. Just make sure I've got that yellow in the centre, because it does make it a bit brighter. That's one side. Let's do the other one. Trying to make it a bit symmetrical. So let's make that circle first. Up to there. Back down to that corner. Okay, getting that yellow in the centre there. Can go down to there, to that corner. Oh, fairly symmetrical for a change. Now I'm going to have a go at doing the muzzle next with the similar colours. This is what's this called? It's a brush combo. I think that makes it Face Paints Australia. Oh, I can't work out. Can't read it. All the writing is too small. Need a magnifying glass for it. Anyway, it's got a purple, a magenta, I'd say, orange, yellow, so it's nice and bright. So now we're going to get this muzzle. Let's see how this works. Trying to make that kind of roundish. And then I'm going to expand it like that. Like that. I've lost some of the definition of the purple there, so I'm just going to redo that for the middle one. Okay, that's better. Let's take one a bit wider there as well. Yeah, that's quite fun. Gives them a really broad muzzle. And I think I'm going to fill in with the yellow in the middle here. Perhaps down onto the lip. Okay. Then I'm going to, I'll get my, so that was a 3/4 one stroke. Now I'm going to go to the Inferno one, which is more, it's got black on it. And I'm going to start some of the other shapes. So first of all, the forehead. Right, let's have a go here. So I'm going to give myself a centre line. I think I need a guide. Come up to that one. And if your one strokes start getting a bit murky, which this is, I'm actually wetting it pretty thoroughly and getting a wet sponge and wipe it through to really clean it up. Otherwise you lose definition, as you can see. I did at the top there, so I'm going to have another go. So there it is, that's cleaner. I want to make sure I've got plenty of yellow and orange and just a tip of the black. That definition. Let's put that. There we go. Put another one up here, I think. Yes, it's good. Having the black edge means, you know, you've got some definition between these sections. So it's like, I was going to say, I don't mean scales there. What's another word for it? Well, you'll just have to think of it yourself because I can't. What do I mean, these things? Like on the underside of a snake, where there's kind of rows, not scales, but it's sort of shield effect. Anyway, there we go. Now I want his nose to be quite big. I'll work that out in a minute. Okay, that's the centre. And now I'm going to go back to the purpleness, because I like it. So one up there, turn the brush, that, and I'll do another one going up. I think they're quite pleasing going upwards. There we go. I've decided I prefer this colour today. They kind of match. Yeah. Right, let's get some mouth in. Can't do without. Armour plating. Thank you very much, Lisa. Of course it is. Yes. Sort of overlapping. Sort of thing that knights in shining armour have, don't they? Yes, they are armour. It is quite a nice colour combo, isn't it? I'm quite liking it myself. Right, what's I can do? Okay, so we're going to have a tongue in the centre. I'm going for a really good dark red. This plummy red, which is used at Halloween. This is tongue. Then I'm going to do the lips. I think I'll make those red. This is a sort of Chinesey dragon. I think that's the idea, really. Okay, let's take his mouth down here. Sort of symbolic shape, obviously. There we go. And wondering if I can put any more red somewhere, but no, we'll leave that. And then I'm going to fill in with some black around the edge of that tongue, because I think it's dry virtually. Just to make it, you know, dark behind on the inside of the mouth. Now you notice I haven't painted the teeth first. I could have outlined them. Probably could have. But I haven't. Okay. Decided this needs a bit of filling in that gap. So I'm actually going to outline a lot of this with black, which will give it a bit more definition. Okay, so I'm going to get a little brush. I think I'll go with my 366 number 2, which is very pointy, because I want to do some twirls and outlining. So let's have a go. So, little pointy brush. Let's go around this eye. Some swirls from each of these, whatever you want to call them. Let's take one under that eye. Right, that sounds totally a bit like that. Okay, looking up. Once you know where you're going with the line work, it's actually pretty quick. if you've got a nice reliable brush, which this is. So in case you missed it, 366. So Rosemary & Co 366. Right, let's see if we can do that. It's, you know, very much a stylized face, obviously. Now, I want to expand the nose somehow, so I think we're going to make it large there. And here. Let's have a look. Yeah. And then take a line coming around from there. Add to the flare. Ooh. I think it needs a split lip. I think I've decided. I think it'll help. Now we need to get some teeth in here somewhere, so yeah. I'll take now, I know it's not ideal to go over red because it'll be pink, but what I tend to do is do it twice. Alternatively, we could always do the switch swipe method. Let's have a look at you. Now, what I'm going to do is show you my wet and press method. Now, it's quite a small area, so it's be a little bit difficult, but we can do it. And this will mean I've got a clean area for the teeth. So let me show you how we do it. So just open your mouth. So I'm going to wet the area where I want a white tooth. So, but just by putting a kind of dab of water there and then press. It mustn't be too wet, otherwise it drips. You don't want that. But... And with red, wasn't a good choice, of course, but it will pick up a lot of the paint. You see how it lifts it off. Let's try it down here. So sometimes you have to work it in a bit just to sort of reactivate the paint you've got underneath. And then press. Didn't work so well on the lip. Interesting that. But that has, you lean in, I can sort of see where it's sort of more bare skin. I'll just redo it. Now, it would have definitely been better to have left that, you know, drawn them in first. But you can always use this method. I use it a lot, particularly if I'm doing lettering, particularly if you've, you know, it's quicker to actually do the background first with lots of paint and then wipe out the bits you need to paint. Now, I'm making a bit of a hash of it here, but anyway, no matter. Right, now let's get a toothbrush, which makes nice sharp teeth. Let's do... So I'm going to have a go at the Mark Reed one. See how we get on with the Mark Reed number 2. Little round. It's the one I use a lot for dots, but you can flick it. So I'll start with the thick bit, thick end of the tooth, and flick it into the fine bit. So it's like that, you see. so we get a thicker end. And it hasn't gone pink because I obviously did wash off enough. Right, let's do these. Now you'll notice I've gone over that bottom lip a bit, but again, I'm not too worried because I can always go over that with the black. So yeah, it's called Wet and Press. I use it, yeah, like Captain America. It's brilliant. Do your whole blue base, then with a wet brush, draw your A in, press with a tissue, then you can do it in white, and it is super white. Okay. Oh yes, now I want to do some kind of dragon whiskers, and they're kind of thick and wavy. So like that. If you find yourself picking up underneath paint, make sure you've got fresh paint, a fresh load. That one isn't good. I'll go back to it when it's dry. So when you're doing this, it's a good idea to literally have almost a fresh load every time if you're going over colours. See, I didn't there. How are we doing? I'm going to put a highlight around that nostril. And one there. Yes. I think we need another one here. Another two even. Let's have a look. Oh yes. Now you could outline them with black. Often don't bother, you know, but you could. Right. Oh yes, Ursula is saying, will you outline the teeth? I could, couldn't I? I think you don't have to, but if you've got time, then yes. And as Rosie's asked, as I'm going to outline this lip, I can certainly, I picked up a dribble of the white, never mind. Still a bit wet, aren't they? Right, I'm going to do this bit while that is drying. That's the thing in face painting, isn't it? You do the bits that are dry. Actually, what I did in the other one is I put an extra line in the centre of these. And what I might do, as I said, I was making it up a little bit, is kind of put some dots here, which might sort of define this area as being the muzzle, adding a few little dots. This is another Mark Reed brush. It's always a reliable dotter till I get my own brushes. Won't be long. By the way, if any of you aren't members already, then I do run the fan club and you can learn all this and more. Every week I run classes and they're all stored and recorded. Oh yes, I think that's, oh yeah, well, I was going to outline it, wasn't I? Let's just outline those teeth. When you outline, just be very careful, don't overdo it, because really the black lines aren't there to be seen, they are just kind of shadow. So don't make the lines a big deal. Usually I do the black line and then I fill in with white, so that the white sometimes covers up the black, which is really what you need. I mean, sometimes I outline these things as well, but you know what, I can't be bothered. I think it's fine. He could do with a kind of white above the on his eyes. That might make it stand out as well, but I'm not going to. I think we'll leave it at that. Gee, thank you, Renee. You could add glitter. Get in nice and close. There we go. Good. Hope that was a bit of fun. Yeah, I've got some pictures that I did, so I'll post the ones I did on paper as well, so you can see those. That might help you. So remember, come and see me. Plenty more on the fan club. If you want to know more, then there's a link below. You can hear more about it there. But in the meantime, thank you very much, and see you all. I can do this every month. First Tuesday of the month, I will be doing tips at 2. Thank you. Cheers then.